As always, I always forget to unmute my mic. As I was saying, it is currently 76 Fahrenheit on a lovely Wednesday morning here in Southern California. The sun shines bright, the birds are chirping, the wind is nice and warm, and it is currently heating up from our wintry or cold wintry months. Surprising or not, California does get it pretty cold. It's a kind of cold that your sweater barely holds. So, what happened when I turned off the last stream and I turned this one off? I had not much. No, it's not much. I was getting ready for the garden. I'm cleaning that up. I'm seeing what dirt I have what dirt I can refresh, or which one I can use. I have a bunch of new seeds that I want to plant: potatoes, onions, garlic, and all that. I have that coming up soon. I posted up the VOD for the last stream, which is a very short stream I did, by the way. If you haven't seen it, it is up. Shorter than most stream VODs I post up. Found out a weird bug that was happening on my rendering of my Vegas. Apparently, I just had to go back to an old version of NVIDIA software or something. But it worked. I was able to render my videos at a good pace. I also set up settings for my OBS. It should be more smoother, or it should be much more smooth, but at a cost my frame rates, but that's okay. Also, I am able to stream on TikTok, which I will be doing at some point or another. But for now, it's just gonna be Twitch. Right, I want to show the seeds I got this. So, first off, a bunch of garlic. It's already sprouting. Pretty excited. Just gonna stick these in the dirt, and they should be. It takes about like four months for garlic. It takes longer than most things. I also have these colored onion. Oh. Okay, I gotta run. I'll be right back. I can help bring in some stuff from the store. Excuse me. My goodness. Alright, now I'm back. Okay. I have to cut this out of the VOD. Oof. Where was I? Okay. So. Onions. We'll be growing onions this year. Alliums do very well in this area. I grew garlic, turned out great. I planted some onions last year, but it was like some pearl onions. They were growing, but I put them under some tomato plants. Shadowed, completely surrounded, did not grow well. But I feel like if I put them in the open, next to some other plants, some short growing plants, nothing tall, they'll do well. Here's what they look like. Or there we go. Bunch of little ones. There are some that are already sprouting, like this one. Next up are the seed potatoes. These are the variety blend. It's like purple ones, some golden potatoes. Take like a couple out here. Not that many. Because tomatoes tend to multiply. This one's already sprouting. This is like a... I don't know if this is the purple ones. They're like the purple majesty potatoes. Regular like russet type. This one's massive. Every eye that is like there and sprouts, I can cut them up and then plant in each individual one, and they'll grow into their own potatoes or its own plant to create more potatoes. Now the seeds I'm going with this year are Chinese broccoli, early jade. Going with 5-color rainbow gourmet beets. I don't like beets personally, but my family does enjoy beets, so you know. 5-color radish mix. All different types. And by the way, this is by Renee's Garden. Not an ad, just like their products. Carrots. Chantenay red cord. We have some petunias. I'm not really sure how these petunias are gonna come out. Good, bad. Just gonna try them out regardless. I'm gonna do some sweet corn. But I'm not gonna grow those alone. I will grow those with let's see, these black eyed peas. These go really good in soups. We're doing cucumbers as well. For some reason, these do excellent here. Like last year, I had like minimum 100 cucumbers throughout the season. It was awesome. And I'm gonna try cabbage this time. I haven't tried cabbage before, but I hope this year I'm able to do them well. I think I did try, but I don't know what I did wrong. They just didn't grow. Like, they sprouted, but they didn't do much else. Right, so that's my garden plan this year. Hey. I don't know, I think I might have gotten scammed. I bought this thing. It's really cool. Like, you're able to like evenly put seeds in the ground. It even comes with like a seed separator here and a depth guide. But I feel like I may not have needed this. I thought it was really cool at the time. But you know, it's what it is. It even comes with like a sorting guide. Like which ones go where. And also, if I have the chance, I did buy a bunch of I want to break the box. Also, so these, oh, I want to show the address. That was kind of... Anyways, Grower's Choice Seeds, cannabis. I'm gonna try to grow these Gorilla Glue seeds, one of my more favorite strands. Now, the reason I'm not excited, but I'm very much looking forward to this, is that last year I did try to grow some seeds. The plant grew. It developed some of those sticky resin type things, but I fucked up. So as I was hanging them to dry, I took them down too early, so they didn't dry well, and then I put them in a bag. So by doing that, I introduced a high humidity with low aeration, causing mold. So all over the flower buds, there was mold, and I could not smoke it. I didn't even try. I got very sad because it was months wasted trying to grow those seeds, but it is what it is. More seeds. This is Afghan Auto. Now, the company that sent me these seeds, or that I bought it from, kind of fucked up because they sent me another set of the same things. You know? So I have two types, again, of the Gorilla Glue and the Afghan Auto. I will be trying these. I'm sure it'll go well, but we'll see. And if you're looking to buy them, you can actually use this code here. If you want to use that code, it's up to you. HEYTHX15. I don't have a lot of viewers, but someone will see this. They'll take that code and get 15% off when you shop with your friends on all items or something like that. Go for it. You know? Even comes with a germination guide. Well, anyways, that was pretty much a bunch of seeds that I'll be growing this year. The awesome part is that it came with some rolling paper. Not just any kind of rolling paper. It's the king size. It's like the very large size. So that's pretty cool. I don't have any weed, but it's okay. Away. I don't know how I'm gonna grow them though. I need to buy some of the, I forgot what exactly. It's like Fox Farms or something. Happy Frog. Happy Frog brand soil. It comes with like fish manure and other kinds of nutrients that are really well for marijuana. And I also bought different kinds of nutrients as well, like raw nutrients that really puts you on the FBI list or something. It's like it's like nitrogen, phosphorus, and excuse me, and what else was it? NPK, potassium, and potassium. So somewhere I have put myself on the FBI list. No, I will not be using those nutrients in any malicious ways. Anyways, moving on. Right. So that's what I have for my seeds. That's what I have planned for this year in terms of gardening. I'm a little bit upset. Over something dumb. It's not necessary to even talk about. Don't even want to waste the time. But I do want to talk about this post by DDG Sarah, who says, "Oh, I didn't even open Chatterino." All right, here we are. Oh, we are. The youngest victims were 8 and 11. I think we're done here. And this is in response to Nick Fuentes claims Jeffrey Epstein's international trafficking operation should not be labeled pedophilia because it did not involve very young children. He says the victims were barely legal teenagers. The statement has also been made by Alan Dershowitz.
This whole pedo thing, it's like, is it really pedophilia? I don't want to be the one that has to say it, but I guess I'm being forced to say it. It's not really pedophilia, okay? They weren't trafficking 5-year-olds. It was like they were technically not legal. Big difference, in my opinion. I know that's a controversial take, but that's not really the issue there, okay? The issue is not that they were barely legal teens, which is what it is. It's horrendous. It's awful. It's pedophilia. Okay, relax. No, the issue is that Epstein is a Jewish spy, probably working with Israel. That's the dilemma there. He's working with Israeli intelligence.
This is the kind of brain rot that only psychopaths have. Why are you using Judaism as a scapegoat here? He clearly has pictures with children. It's also said in the files that have been released so far, not even all of them, just the ones that were released. There was like 3-year-olds or something. Like really young children. And why is it that Nazis and right-wingers are always trying to defend pedophilia? It's fucking weird. Maybe you shouldn't do that. People who make these kind of statements should always be under the light by the FBI. The FBI should be searching these guys' hard drives. This is fucked. Like, this is almost the same level as, like, making jokes about it. Like, why are you making jokes about Epstein? Why are you making jokes about Diddy? And the people that said that it's not that deep, it is that deep. Because it's normalizing these disgusting situations.
This whole pedo thing has to say it, but I guess I'm being forced to say it.
Forced by who?
it, it's not really pedophilia.
Yeah, the people that are forcing him to say it are his own fans. Because you gotta have some sort of, like, driving factor by your own fans to say this fucked up shit. And it's not even like it's he's not even saying it like in a private setting. These aren't like text messages that are leaked or anything. It's just full face video shown to the public for his audience.
Okay. They weren't trafficking 5-year-olds. It was like they were technically not legal. Big difference.
This shit's fucked. He's like taking the files and just completely disregarding the children that were involved. The victims that were involved, their testimonies don't mean nothing to him.
In my opinion, I know that's a controversial take, but that's not really the issue there. Okay? The issue is not that they were barely legal teens, which is what it is. It's horrendous. It's awful. It's pedophilia. Okay, relax.
But are they wrong? Is it not pedophilia? Is it not horrendous? Is it not atrocious? What the fuck?
No, the issue is that Epstein is a Jewish spy, probably working with Israel.
And is that what's supposed to make it okay? What is it with Nazis and pedophilia? Even Hitler was a fucking pedophile. They fucked up people, man. Right. It's fucked, man. Talking about pedophiles. Trump gave his middle finger after heckler seemingly called him a pedophile protector. That's right. Someone states the obvious. And for some reason is, well, attacked. Let's see. Let's see if it covers it here in this one. The fact that the I don't want to spoil it. If you haven't seen it. Top line, President Donald Trump flashed the middle finger after being heckled during a visit to a Ford plant in Detroit on Tuesday, according to a video first obtained by TMZ, showing frustration after the person seemingly called the president a pedophile protector. Da-da-da. The video from TMZ shows Trump pointing at and seemingly mouthing "fuck you" after receiving the pedophile comment, which is likely referring to Trump's disregard for renewed interest in the Epstein files. Let's just skip forward here. A quick read. Trump's history with the latest alleged sex offender. Alleged. I don't know if it's alleged at this point. Jeffrey Epstein dates back to the 1980s. Trump told New York Magazine in 2002 that Epstein was a terrific guy and that he had known him for 15 years. At that point, noting it is even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side. In the preceding years, the two men were documented and photographed together at parties, events, at meetings. Trump has never been formally accused of wrongdoing in his dealings with Epstein, or of knowing about Epstein's alleged crimes. Trump has characterized the Epstein files as a Democrat hoax designed to pull attention away from his administration's accomplishments. The president signed a bill into law compelling the Justice Department to release all unclassified Epstein files by December 19, 2025. The Department of Justice released a fraction of the files before then, but ultimately missed the deadline, as just 1% of the files have been published as of early January. The remaining documents may not be released for weeks, as Democrats consider bringing charges against officials overseeing the release, including Attorney General Pam Bondi. It's funny that they keep saying it's a Democrat hoax when the Democrats are in it as well. He keeps pointing out Democrats. But yes, they're in it, but so is he. And he comes out a lot in it. Let's see. Word worker. So after comments. Here we go from the Wall Street Journal. Let's hope I don't pay for this. Fuck you. I'm not paying for this. Paywall. Bypass. That's right. I'm not paying for this. You're a large company. Option 2. Here we go. The Wall Street Journal. Ford suspends factory worker for heckling Trump. President responded by raising his middle finger. Video shows. Ford Motor has suspended a worker who heckled President Trump during a tour of a Michigan truck factory on Tuesday. TJ Sabula shouted out "pedophile protector" as Trump walked past. Trump visited the plant to tout efforts to bolster U.S. Auto manufacturing. The president responded by pointing and raising his middle finger, according to a video posted online of the interaction. The suspension is the latest reminder of the limitations of speech in the workplace, where employers, including tech giants such as Microsoft, as well as retail Office Depot, have taken action against employees who took political stands on the job. Most recently, Hilton cut ties with one property because staff declined to book rooms for federal immigration agents. Sabula, a 40-year-old line worker, couldn't immediately be reached for comment after the event. Sabula told the Washington Post that he was about 60 feet from Trump when he yelled out, "Definitely no regrets whatsoever," he said. The White House said Trump's response was appropriate. A lunatic was wildly screaming expletives in a complete fit of rage. And the president gave an appropriate and unambiguous response, said Stephen Chung, White House communications director. Which is crazy, by the way. You'd think the president would have more composure if he loses his temper over one individual. Imagine what he says behind closed doors after a protest or people shouting crazier shit. Like, that's the most mild comment someone could yell at you, especially if you're the president. Like, bro, have some fucking decency, man. This is his own constituent. This is like, he's not just some random fucking person on the street. I could understand that. But he's the fucking president. He should be acting much more composed. He's like losing his mind over one individual. On Wednesdays, Sabula's Facebook profile photo was an image of Trump with his middle finger, and the page included some previously posted anti-Trump political cartoons. He didn't vote in 2024 election, voting records show, though he is registered in Detroit. Representative Debbie Dingell, whatever, a Democrat who represents a district near Detroit, said she had spoken with Sabula. "He's rattled. He's fearful for his family." The congresswoman said, "I hope the company doesn't fire him." Dingle said it isn't uncommon for politicians to get heckled on a factory floor. Let's take a breath, she said. In 2020, Biden had a testy exchange at a Detroit plant that also became a viral video after a worker at the Stellantis plant asked the president about his gun policy. Biden told the worker, "Don't be such a horse's ass." Ford declined to discuss Sabila's status. A spokesperson said to the company, held a successful event with Trump and is proud of how employees represented the company. One of our core values is respect, and we don't condone anyone saying anything inappropriate like that within our facilities, he said. Fucking, he should not have been fucking fired. That was the most fucking dumbest reason someone could get fired. Let me see if I can find this video. Pedophile protector. What a big fucking baby. Look at that bootlicker. What is that, a bootlick right here? How dare you? How dare you disrespect our president? Our big old baby president. It's so stupid. Getting fired for calling the president a pedophile protector? Even though he is. Hell, call him a fucking pedophile. Why are we acting like he's not a pedophile? Like having pictures with Epstein. And it's like in the most weirdest ways. Hell, there's even a story about Donald Trump fucking a minor, getting that minor pregnant, taking them on a yacht, having the baby, murdering the baby, and throwing it in the lake off the yacht. And then he has a fucking boat in where is it? Oh fuck, I think it's like Oklahoma or somewhere. Testimonies are fucking weird, dude. Like they're really fucked. It's like pedophile is like the least dangerous thing that he is, which is crazy. Like I don't even know where else it's gonna go. Like if Donald Trump is fucking waging war, just so these fucking files aren't released, think about the insane shit that's gonna be on there. And this is over the course of decades. This shit was happening since like the 90s, I'm sure. Like fucking insane stories. Okay. I'm gonna change the topic a little bit because I've been seeing this going around and I've been having the same issues with this. An 81-year-old grandmother began posting Minecraft videos to fund her grandson's cancer treatment. She since raised $35,000 after bonding with him over the game in the hospital. Grandma Cracker's videos contained a link to her son's GoFundMe, who has been diagnosed with sarcoma cancer. Tales from more the working class dystopia repackaged as feel good stories are getting old. Absolutely. This guy says it the same. Like, this guy says that he's saying the truth. This is not a heartwarming story. This is a devastating indictment of the world's richest country. Imagine paying your taxes every year, thousands of dollars, adding up, and you're not even getting any benefits from this fucking country. You're going into debt. You're selling your house because you're not able to afford the fuck ass. You're not able to afford the health care that you necessarily can't live without. and you're still paying taxes. You know what I mean? Like, there comes to a point where enough is enough. Hell, we're even paying Israel's healthcare. If you live in Israel, you get free healthcare. And they don't fund it. The people of Israel do not fund that healthcare. It's our tax dollars that do. Our tax dollars are paying for their healthcare, are paying for the bombs that are striking Palestine. They even get, I'm pretty sure they even get like free schooling as well, free college. They're living better lives on our tax dollars. And the thing is, I wouldn't be upset if our own American citizens were also getting those benefits. You know, I even extend it, even the undocumented as well. I would much rather have the undocumented American citizens to get healthcare than for our money to go across the fucking sea. And this isn't even just the Republicans' fault. This is both Democrats as well. Because our money is also going to ICE. The money that pays for their wages, it pays for their health care that comes with the job. It's coming from our tax dollars. Our tax dollars are not helping our own citizens at all. Call it socialism, call it communism, but it's just common sense. Our own tax dollars should be coming back to us in healthcare, in subsidized housings, in subsidized utilities. Our groceries shouldn't be $10 for a head of cabbage. You know, it comes to a point now. Yeah, a little bit of a rant. Now I saw this, and this is interesting because I haven't had Coca-Cola in so long. Ever since the boycott, I have not had a drink of Coca-Cola, which sucks because I actually do like Coca-Cola, but again I haven't had it in so long. It is what it is. Nothing much you can do. But it seems like we're able to make it, which I want to do.
45.8 milliliters.
Start from the
The
beginning
recipe
here.
is 45.8 milliliters lemon, 36.5 milliliters lime, 1.2 milliliters orange, 8 milliliters tea tree, 4.5 milliliters cassia cinnamon, 2.7 milliliters nutmeg, 0.7 milliliters coriander, and 0.6 milliliters fenchel. And optimally, you'd let this mixture age for a day or two before continuing. In the end, you'll be rewarded with about 100 milliliters of flavor oil, which is enough for over 5,000 liters of soda, or about as much as your mom drinks in a day.
Oh.
To make the 7X solution, simply dilute 20 milliliters of the flavor oil to a volume of 1 liter using food-grade alcohol. Next, we'll need to make a secondary water-based solution containing
Is this just oil? How is it gonna mix?
the other ingredients, aside from sugar and carbonated water. Into roughly 200 milliliters of hot water, measure out 10 milliliters of 5% vinegar, 9.65 grams of caffeine, 175 grams of glycerin, 45 milliliters of 85% phosphoric acid, 8 grams of wine tannins, 10 milliliters of vanilla extract, and 320 milliliters of Shank's caramel color. Give each ingredient time to fully incorporate before adding the next, and once everything is dissolved, dilute the mixture to a final volume of 1 liter using water. Now, let's make some Coca-Cola. Add 104 grams of sugar, and just enough water to dissolve everything. Next, we add our flavor solutions to the syrup. 10 milliliters of the water-based solution, and 1 milliliter of the alcohol-based 7X solution. You might need a few extra drops of the 7X solution, it really depends on your taste. As soon as everything is combined, microwave or otherwise heat the mixture until nearly boiling. Once fully cooled, dilute the syrup to a volume of 1 liter with cold carbonated water. This can either be bought or made yourself using a soda stream, and this is our finished Coca-Cola. You can drink it directly, but if you want the most accurate version of the final flavor, allow the soda to rest for a day or so in the fridge.
This is regular Coke, see, I can't even tell. Even though I know already, I can't even tell.
9.5 out of 10. That's pretty good.
That tastes pretty close. Like, I may not be able to tell if these are side by side with the original taste.
You know, that is definitely, Coke, or a Coke product. If you said it was vanilla Coke or something like that, I'd be like, yeah, maybe that's definitely Coke.
Interesting. Okay.
The recipe is
Now, I don't know if I'll make it. Never mind. Actually, a lot more than I expected. I don't want to be a chemist to make soda. Oh well. It's all good. Yep. I don't know. I don't know if I can make soda like that. It actually looks like a lot. I can need a degree in alchemy. Would I try it? Maybe. If I had like the ingredients. That's actually a lot of ingredients too. Anyways. I really hope this takes off. And what I mean by taking off, I hope people start getting away from the anti-intellectualism. Because for some reason, people make fun of you for learning, which I'm seeing as well. But also, a lot more people are coming out and saying that I'm happy he's doing this because I've been saying that he needs, okay, not just him, but most people. But also people are dogging on him. Thankfully, I haven't seen that much, but,
January 1st of 2026, 12:34 p.m. And I'm about to do 20 minutes of reading to improve the way that I speak. Let's go. 20 minutes. 3, 2, 1. Habit tracking is satisfying. This is the most crucial benefit of them all. Tracking can become its own form of reward. It is satisfying to cross an item off your to-do list, to complete an entry in your workout log, or to mark an X on your calendar. It feels good to watch your results grow. The size of your investment portfolio, the length of your book manuscript, and if it feels good, then you're more likely to endure.
he needs to slow it down. It seems like he's just trying to get through it, but like, I feel like he would have a better time if he slows it down, reads a syllable, like every syllable, and it wouldn't sound rushed.
Habit tracking also helps keep your eye on the ball. You're focused on the process rather than the result. You're not fixated on getting six-pack abs. You're just trying to keep the streak alive and become the type of person who doesn't miss workouts. In summary, habit tracking creates a visual cue that can remind you to act. It is inherently motivating because you see the progress you are making and don't want to lose it. And 3, feel satisfied.
Good for him. We all need to read
January
more.
1st.
Because literature or being illiterate is very common nowadays. Ooh, speaking of Epstein earlier. Epstein survivors are done waiting. Today, multiple survivors formally demanded that the Department of Justice Inspector General open an investigation into how the Epstein files were released. citing reckless redactions, exposed identities, and protections for alleged perpetrators over victims. Transparency and transparency that re-traumatizes survivors isn't transparency. It's an institutional failure. This is a long read, but get through it. Okay. Dear Acting Inspector General Bartholomew, we write as survivors of Jeffrey Epstein to formally request that the U.S. Department of Justice Office of Inspector General, OIG, conduct a review of the Epstein-related records already released pursuant to the Epstein Files Transparency Act and oversee all future releases to ensure full compliance with the U.S. law and basic standards of survivor protection. The manner in which these materials were released reflects serious failures in redaction practices, survivor protection, and oversight. These failures have caused renewed harm to survivors and undermined trust in the institutions responsible for safeguarding sensitive information. In these files released so far, there has been a troubling pattern of selective redactions in multiple instances. Names of individuals alleged to have participated in or facilitated abuse appear to have been redacted, while identifying details of survivors were left visible. In some cases, survivors' names, contextual identifiers, and or other information sufficient to identify them publicly were not adequately protected. This disparity is deeply troubling. Any release of records involving sexual exploitation must prioritize the safety, privacy, and dignity of survivors. The inconsistent application of redactions suggests that this principle was not meaningfully upheld. Equally alarming are reports that some redactions were made improperly, allowing members of the public to bypass them through basic technical means. Redactions that can be reversed, revealed, or inferred through simple document manipulation do not meaningfully protect sensitive information. This failure exposes survivors to additional risks of harassment, public scrutiny, or re-traumatization. The selective nature of the redactions also raises concerns about whether decisions were influenced by factors unrelated to survivors' protection. Even the appearance that redactions were applied to protect certain individuals rather than survivors erodes public trust or enforces long-standing concerns about unequal accountability in cases involving powerful actors. We are further concerned that the statutory requirements to provide timely explanations for redactions was not met. The failure to disclose the basis for redactions by the deadline mandated under Epstein Files Transparency Act undermines both transparency and accountability, and deprives survivors and the public of the ability to assess whether redactions were applied lawfully and appropriately. This lapse compounds the redaction failures described above. Taken together, these failures raises serious questions that warrant independent oversight from OIG. What standards are governing the redaction process? Who is reviewing records? Who is reviewing the records before release? What safeguards are in place to ensure that redactions cannot be circumvented? Are trauma-informed professionals or survivors advocates being consulted prior to publication? If not, why have decisions about survivor safety been made without survivor-centered expertise? OIG has a critical role in ensuring that government actions adhere to legal requirements, ethical standards, and best practices. We respectfully request that your office conduct a thorough review of the process that led to this release and oversee the future release of these files. Such a review should assess compliance with the applicable laws and policies related to privacy, survivor protection, and record management, as well as the adequacy. Why am I? Brain. Of training, supervision, and quality control measures. We recognize there are a large number of remaining files that must undergo review. This process should respect the urgency mandated by the legislation. But expediency should not compromise essential safeguards for protecting survivors' identities. Oversight now is essential not only to address the harm already done, but to prevent similar failures in future releases. Transparency should not come at the cost of re traumatizing survivors or exposing them to further harm. Accountability requires that lessons be learned and corrective actions taken. For many of us, this release has reopened wounds we have spent years trying to heal. When survivors are exposed, while alleged perpetrators are shielded, the harm is compounded. It sends a message that survivor safety is secondary, and the institutional convenience or reputational considerations may take precedence over basic ethical obligations. We appreciate your attention to this matter and your commitment to integrity and oversight. We urge your office to act promptly to review these issues and ensure that survivor protection is treated as foundational obligation, not an afterthought. And we have a list of names of the individuals sending this out. So, basically, they're just recovering what we've seen in the files so far, is that survivors are not being well kept, even though Pam Bondi was saying that the reason it's taking long is because they need to redact names of survivors. But in reality, they're redacting names of perpetrators, of the rapists, and allowing the victims' names to be basically found. Like, these people are basically exposed all over, and they're not doing it in timely manner. It's just a what is it? A shitstorm. Fuck it. It's a shitstorm. They're not doing shit right. They're not releasing things on time. They're not redacting the right things. They're protecting the wrong people. And just hurting people that are not supposed to be hurt. Are we surprised? Not really. But it should be something we should be paying attention to. Um, oh my god. This isn't real, right? Like, I can't believe we're in the point that we can't even tell what's real or what's AI. The fuck?
There she goes again.
Just ignore it, baby. She says when she gets like that, it's the Holy Ghost take.
What? I don't know if that's real. If it is, fuck him. Dumbass. His fucking fault. Stupid. Idiot. Dummy. And so on and so forth. Oh, man. Oh, now the concern with Epstein. Hillary Clinton will now be held in contempt of Congress after refusing to testify before the Oversight Committee in Epstein investigation. Why don't they get Trump to testify? His name is probably more than both Clintons combined.
Throughout the past 5 months, they've implied to us they were trying to make a date work. In fact, the last date we had, they notified us 3 days beforehand, said that they would love to come, but they have a funeral to attend. And we have bent over backwards to try to schedule the Clinton. No, I'm still talking. I'm still talking. I'm still talking. Go ahead. Hey, get him out of here. You're not even a reporter.
Get him out of here.
So here's the situation. We're going to hold both Clintons in criminal contempt of Congress. We believe that because this subpoena was issued in a bipartisan fashion, the Democrats acted the day that the subpoenas were voted on in the subcommittee like they wanted the Clintons to come.
Get them both in there. Fuck it. Two birds, one stone. Get Hillary and Bill. Get them both in there. But also, get all of them. If all they should get everyone's names. Everyone that's in the files. Put them on trial. It's like, why are we picking and choosing who goes to testify? Put them all to testify. Republican and Democrat.
Because they at that time, if you go back, they were wanting.
I'm not listening to all of what it says. Let's get them all in there. So there's a lot shaking up in Iran. So a lot has been going on. I know Newswire is not the best, but oh wait, this is kind of interesting. I just want to cover this a little bit. U.S. Representative Shri Thanedar, Democrat of Minnesota, says he will seek to impeach Homeland Security Kristi Noem and introduce a bill to abolish ICE. Yes, this is what the people have been fighting for.
This stage, folks, ICE is beyond reform. ICE is totally out of control, and this week I intend to introduce a bill to abolish ICE. We need to make ICE go away. 2003, before 2003, without ICE, various federal agencies were able to take care of business, and we can do this without ICE. But we do not need the murderers. We do not need these paramilitary organizations, members on our...
Is he lying? He's saying what everyone's thinking. ICE has been violent. They have sexually assaulted. They have murdered. They have broken every single law under the book. They've even stolen and sold goods, like they stolen and sold a phone off of like a teenager. They're just a gang. It's just, like, I'm not saying all police, all officers, all agents of the state are gangs, but they do work like a gang. Y'all just happen to work like a gang. And they're being funded by our own tax dollars. But ICE especially,
street, terrorize us, and we must, finally, we must reform ICE. But it looks at this stage, folks, ICE is beyond reform. ICE is totally out of control, and this week I intend to introduce a bill to abolish ICE. We need to make ICE go away. 2003, before 2003, without ICE, various federal agencies.
Yeah, absolutely. We didn't have them before 2003, and we don't need them after 2003. Wow. Okay. Germany deploying troops in Greenland. Where is it? Poland calls its own citizens to leave Iran. Italy urges its citizens to evacuate Iran. Iranian regime set to fall. Polymarket traders reject. I hate this the idea that we're basing it off fucking betting outcomes. It's terrible. It's stupid. And it's a horrible way to oh my god. Horrible way to fucking see news nowadays. Now I think I'm gonna fucking block this. Because it's fucking market, dude. And everywhere. Yep. US and UK pulling some personnel from Qatar military bases. The US and UK are reducing the number of personnel at the Al Udeid air base in Qatar as US President Donald Trump considers whether to take action against Iran over its crackdowns on anti-government protests. Officials have told CBS and the BBC, US partner, that the partial American withdrawal was a precautionary measure. The BBC understands that some UK personnel military are also being removed. Let me see if I can find some archived articles. Because they probably did the same thing. Because the United States is not very creative. They love rehashing past experiences. For example, Venezuela recently, they deemed drugs to be weapons of mass destruction. Same thing they did with the Middle East, saying that they had weapons of mass destruction. They're not very creative. It's gonna take me a little bit of time here. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is actually a really interesting thing. I'll have to look into. Council of Foreign Relations, the Iraq War, 2003 to 2011. I could read that later, but I just want to see if now I'm learning this, understanding. I'm trying to make sure I word this correctly. I'm learning about this as time goes on here. Now I understand the parallels are uncanny, but I also want to make sure I cover this as accurately as I can. No, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna be like a war correspondent and gets everything correct. But I want to make sure I get everything as factual as I can. Okay. Because I've also heard that before a military strike, the United States uh, would pull military personnel before committing to the strike. But I just need to find where I saw that from. It was a while ago. I just know I saw it and read it. But they do that. Regarding the removal of military personnel, the Qatari government said it would continue to implement all necessary measures to safeguard the security and safety of its citizens and residents as a top priority, including actions related to the protection of critical infrastructure and military facilities. Al Udeid is the largest U.S. military base in the Middle East, and about 10,000 personnel are based there, as well as at the 100 UK staff. It is not clear how many will be leaving. A UK Ministry of Defense spokesperson declined to comment on reports that UK personnel were being withdrawn due to operational security. A senior advisor to Iran Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei warned Donald Trump on Wednesday that the June attack had demonstrated Iran's ability to respond to any attack. Uh, yeah, this is not much though. Really new. So they're pulling people away. Trump is saying he's going to strike. Here. Huh. Where are we at now? U.S. military action in Iran appears increasingly likely. Reuters has reported that Donald Trump appears to have decided on a military strike against Iran. The Guardian has not independently verified the report. To European officials, told a news agency that U.S. military intervention appeared likely, with one saying it could take place within the next day. An Israeli official also said it appeared Trump had decided to intervene, although the scope and timing of any strike had yet to be made clear. Of course Israel is involved. Of course they are. Trump says he's been told the killing in Iran is stopping. Speaking from the Oval Office, Donald Trump has said he had been told that the killings in Iran crackdown on nationwide protests were subsiding and he believed there was currently no plan for executions. There's no plan for executions, Trump said, referring to the death sentence of 26-year-old Afran Soltani, who, per my last post, Sky News has reported that was not executed today. Trump had threatened military action if any executions took place. I'm sure if happens, we'll all be very upset, the U.S. president added. But that's just gotten to me. They're not going to have an excuse. He doesn't give a fuck about the person. He doesn't give a fuck about the individual. Are you fucking kidding me? Why would he care? He's already fed Israel with a bunch of fucking money. What the fuck is this, by the way? Is this milk? And milk on there? He doesn't. Why would he care? All he cares about is regime change in Iran. If he really did care, he would have stopped the Palestinian genocide. Day one, he would have stopped it. If he really did care about people, he would have stopped the Ukraine war. If he really did care, he wouldn't have stricken Venezuelan people. 40 innocent people died there. So, if he did care, or I mean, he just doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a single fuck about the people. He just wants the Shah back in place, just for American interests, for American corporations. Oh, my rabbit's under the table. He shouldn't be there. Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck about those people. Where's this? This is in Romania. A members of the Iranian community holds posters of Iran's exiled crown, Prince Raza Pahlavi, and President Donald Trump outside the embassy in Bucharest, Romania. Why are they in Romania? Why are they showing this like it's someone in there? Someone in Iran. This is Romania. Shouldn't we have pictures of people in Iran? Of Iran? Crazy. Italy and Poland tell citizens to leave Iran immediately. Poland has joined the growing list of countries urging its citizens to leave Iran immediately, given the unstable situation in the country. In an urgent warning issued on Wednesday evening, the Polish Ministry of Foreign Affairs said all Poles in the country should leave immediately, leave Iran, and more broadly warned about travels to and through the Persian Gulf and the Middle East. Italy too strongly renewed its appeal to its citizens to leave Iran because the security situation in the country, the foreign ministry said in a statement on Wednesday. There are about 600 Italians in Iran, most of them in Tehran area, it added. The United States has issued multiple alerts. Including dual nationals to leave Iran, suggesting land routes to Turkey or Armenia. As international flights face cancellations, several countries, including UK, Germany, France, and others, have issued similar directives to their citizens. And earlier, we reported the US and the UK have evacuated some personnel from a military base in Qatar, as Washington mulls launching military action against Iran, which Tehran has warned would trigger retaliatory strikes. They're probably going to. He's probably going to strike. You know what I mean? They have no reason not to. If anything, he would strike just to continue the bloodshed. Just for the fuck of it, he would. How long have we been going for? About an hour, 30 minutes. A rabbit's chewing on something. Makes me so mad. He just bites and bites and bites. Get away from her. He's like a toddler. He's crazy. What the fuck? Is this isn't satire, right? Okay. Ah. Halfway true comedy and satire for doom scrolling. I don't report the facts, I improve them. That's not true, man. ISIS and Al Qaeda reported donate to ICE agents GoFundMe fundraisers. Oh my god. Breakthrough News says, keep protesting. You're being very badly abused. Trump's message for people in Iran could easily be applied to American protesters speaking out against ICE. He has promised Iranian protesters that help is on the way.
Of numbers.
Help
I hear
us!
Numbers. Look, one death is too much, but I hear much lower numbers, and then I hear much higher numbers. But I say save their names because they'll pay a very big price. And by the way, to all Iranian patriots, keep protesting, take over your institutions if possible, and save the name of the killers and the abusers that are abusing you. You're being
Oh, read. He's literally doing just for the love of the game. He has water, he has food. I need to buy him some toys or something, because It's crazy.
Very badly abused. If the numbers are right, now I hear 5 different sets of numbers. I hear numbers. Look, 1 death is too much, but I hear much lower numbers, and then I hear much higher numbers. But I say save their names because they'll pay a very big price. And by the way,
You know, sometimes you wish your own president would speak about you that way. You sometimes wish they would care about their own citizens once in a while. But you know. Fuck him. Oh. I hate old people. This is like the same shit old people would do. House Republicans look to set to pass a ban on congressional stocks trading today. The bill would ban members of Congress from buying individual stocks. But at the same time, this deeply flawed bill would also let them keep holding and profiting from stocks they own. Like, what the fuck? First of all, everyone in Congress is old as fuck. We're all withering away. 2, a ban is nice, but at the same time, they shouldn't be able to hold any stocks. Because even though they're not able to buy them, they can sell them. Meaning, insider trading is still allowed. Because guess what? Anything Congress does affects the economy. You know, newsflash. Ugh. I'm like out of breath because I have like my chest is being compressed right now. It's like hard to breathe. Ooh, Representative Kelly has introduced articles of impeachment against Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. Why not just abolish ICE? You know what I mean? Just abolish ICE. And then she could probably keep her job. Because that's like the worst thing she's doing is lying for ICE. But guess what? She wouldn't need to lie for ICE if there was no ICE. Oh my god. Wait, this is epic. Really? Wait. He gets so mad he throws the hat away? What is that? What is that? What is that? Oh, gas mask. Throws it back. Gets tripped. Gets mad. Gets tackled. What a shit show. Oh, you can put that fucking music. Oh, what is that called? What if I just type in cartoon sounds? What about this? Okay. We can just do this. I'm sorry. That was so fucking dumb. This is not a serious country. It's a fucking circus show. Oh my god, it's so fucking stupid. Oh my god. I mean, they could kick Christine Ohm out, but it's not gonna fucking change anything. I mean, it's gonna embolden the people, which would be nice. I would love to see the people embolden themselves with the fact that Christine Ohm would be kicked out, which would be awesome. But also, maybe it would be a step towards abolishing ICE. By the way, dogs have more rights than you, are being treated better than you. Federal contracts reveal Customs and Border Protection is spending $75,000 to house their dogs at the Four Seasons Resort, at the Four Seasons Pet Resort. The pet resort advertises luxury suites, daily doggy ice cream, and spa services such as oatmeal coconut oil skin finish. Bro. Their dogs are living lavishly on your tax dollars. On our tax dollars. 75,000? That's literally more than what that grandmother made for her kid with cancer playing Minecraft. She made 35,000. 75,000 of your tax dollars are funding their dogs' vacations. Most Americans don't even get vacations to spend $75,000. This, like, everyone needs to fucking see this, because I'm pissed off. It's very upsetting. Is this penance? Is this penitence on her part for killing her dog? For running over her dog? You know what I mean? Like, is this the way she's trying to make up for killing her own dog? Her own puppy dog? Christy Dog Domer? Just scrolling through Twitter right now. Seeing anything like worth covering. I mean, there's a lot to cover. Just a lot to cover. A lot of posts. Oh, wait, he doesn't fuck with RFK anymore?
Where's Bobby?
Bobby's right here.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, he saw that.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
saw his hand. He doesn't fuck with him anymore. What happened? Let's see. Wu-Tang Kids. Wu-Tang is for children. Love this. This is what community looks like when masked Nazis come to kidnap your neighbors. Rectangle Pizza in South Minneapolis for the win. You can see from that video exactly what happens when you try to fuck with us.
This video shows several men exit an SUV outside Rectangle Pizza in South Minneapolis.
And they stormed up on our door to try to get in.
But Rectangle Pizza co-owner Brianna Evans says employees and community members chased off those ICE agents after they tried to enter the restaurant Monday afternoon. Video appears to show those agents leaving, but not before deploying chemical agents, which were kicked right back.
They don't belong here. They're not this community. They're not.
What a fucking bunch of bozos. The fucking ICE agents get so mad they shit out of tear gas.
Which were kicked right back.
They don't belong here. They're not this community. They're not what we believe in. We support and love each other, and you can see from that video.
It's just another example that the state doesn't. The state can just fuck off, apparently. It's never going to be the state that saves you. It's always going to be your community. Wherever you are, stand next to your neighbor. You're much safer in a communal space than you are near a cop. All right, and we're back. Dead air. This is what I'm saying. Like, the United States does so much fucking harm to its own citizens. Now, for example, this happened in Santa Ana, here in Southern California, Orange County. Very, it's very middle class. Like, you don't see, it's very suburban to say. You don't see any, like, a lot of extreme situations. But there are the occasional locations where you get a lot of crime happening. But this is in front of the federal building. I was here before. I've seen this area, and it's very nice. You wouldn't expect shit like this to happen. So as you can see, they're apprehending someone. And at this 5-second mark, right here, this piece of shit, brainless cop fires and aims and fires a less than lethal round. Take that in mind, less than lethal. Shoots it in the kid's face. This is 21-year-old. You can say that he's a young adult, but he's barely 21. He's barely getting out of high school. And he gets shot in the eye. He goes through 6 hours of surgery to remove plastic, glass, and metal embedded in his face. In another article, It also said that there were pieces about 7 millimeters from an artery, meaning that if that artery was cut, he would have been in grave danger. He could have died. He would have lost his life if that artery was severed. It's an artery behind the eye. I want to find a decent. Here we are. So, we're talking about right here. So he was hit right here, and I want to say probably the orbital artery was near severed. But imagine getting hit and it's being so dangerously close. 7 millimeters. And that is connected to, well, the brain. Now, I'm not a doctor, but severing an artery doesn't exactly sound healthy. So he's shot there, drops to the ground. On the ground. Drags him away. Now I'm going to pause it here because it's very bloody. There's a frame that he is his whole right side, I believe. His whole right side is covered in blood. It's very sad to see. But here it says here, I couldn't find any mention of him being charged with a crime. I've seen protesters attacked like this in authoritarian countries, but never thought I'd see it in the US. Okay. Let me find an article to detail how terrible this incident really was. And a 1-year-old shot with less lethal. The Los Angeles Times. Let's see. Here we go. People magazine. Not exactly the most reliable, but one of the few places. Or I saw a Los Angeles Times. Okay. Oh, never mind. It's fucking stupid thing is paywalled, and I'm not paying $1. NCI's protester 21 permanently blinded by federal agent who shot him with non-lethal bullet at close range, aunt says. A protester in Santa Ana, California, was left permanently blinded in one eye after being shot at close range with non-lethal ammunition by a department's Homeland Security agent last week, according to his family. Jerry Reese told the Los Angeles Times that her nephew, 21, could have died in the incident for which he went under which he went under for which he underwent 6 hours of surgery. For the next 6 weeks, he cannot sneeze or cough because it could do a lot of damage, she told the outlet. While operating, doctors discovered plastic, glass, and metal in his eye and face. They also found metal 7 millimeters from his carotid artery, which they did not want to remove out of concern that it could do that. Out of concern that to do so could be fatal, she said. Reese told the Times her nephew's skull was fractured in the incident, during which the agent fired the weapon just feet from her nephew, who is transitioning, uses he/him pronouns, she said. I don't know why they added that, but it's actually good they added that, because a lot of the times the people that stick their necks out are always the marginalized, because the marginalized understand that if they don't stand up now or push back, it'll be too late later on. She also claimed that the officers did not immediately call paramedics after he was struck, and instead pressed his face into a pool of blood. The other officers were mocking him, saying, "You're going to lose your eye," she said her nephew told her. The Friday, January 9th incident was captured on video. In one clip shared by ABC 7's Abigail Velez, a trio of agents approached a group of people protesting outside a Santa Ana federal building. When one of the agents tried to grab a protester by the arm and take him into custody, the others try to stop him. One protester runs up to the agents while carrying a bullhorn before they appear to struck in the face, then fall to their knees. They remain there before the agent grabs him from behind and drags him across the ground. At one point, the protester's bloody face is clearly visible as he pulled into the doors of the building. The Times reported that another video appeared to show the protester lying on the ground bleeding while inside the building. Agents fired what seemed to be pepper balls at a person trying to record the scene, the outlet reported. Connor Atwood, a member of social justice organization Dare to Struggle, told the Times that they had gathered around 6:30 local time on Friday for a demonstration put together by another organization after taking part of the Dare to Struggle event earlier in the afternoon. Atwood said the situation intensified outside of the federal building as the protests began to wrap up, but maintained that the group did not try and get closer to the building or attempt to enter it. While Atwood said some demonstrators eventually left, Dare to Struggle encouraged its members to stay, after which some protesters started burning an American flag. Atwood said Sky Jones, who is the leader of Dare to Struggle Orange County chapter, was arrested, and another protester was struck in the eye around 8:30 local time. While Atwood said the agents had emerged from the building multiple times throughout the night, the escalation was unexpected. It was just completely out of nowhere, but it was very sudden, Atwood said. When reached for comment by people, a DHS spokesperson said on January 9th, a mob of about 60 rioters threw rocks, bottles, and fireworks at law enforcement outside the federal building in Santa Ana. 2 officers were injured. 2 violent rioters were arrested and were charged with assault on federal officer and disorderly conduct. This was a highly coordinated campaign of violence where rioters wielded shields. They said one of the rioters, who was arrested for disorderly conduct, was taken to the hospital for a cut and released that night. Notice how they didn't say that he was shot. They did not mention that the individual that was shot in the eye lost that eye and almost died. They mentioned none of it. And they claim violent riots were happening? First of all, the police can handle a couple of water bottles. If they're hit with the firework, guess what? They have bullet vests. They have gear to protect them from bullets. A firework's not going to do anything to them. And burning an American flag, guess what? That's First Amendment right. That's a First Amendment right. Oh, today he's so rowdy. I don't know what it is today, but he's so rowdy today. The spokesperson continued, "Make no mistake, rioting and assaulting law enforcement is not only dangerous, but a crime," before adding, Secretary Noem has been clear, any rioters who obstruct or assault law enforcement will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. I guess we're adding executions to that, you know what I mean? If you catch one of them on a bad day, guess what? They can execute you. They've done it before. They've tried again. And who's to say that it won't happen again? The Friday protest came after Renee Nicole Good was shot and killed by an ICE agent in Minneapolis on Wednesday, January 7th. Good had returned from dropping off her 6-year-old son at school and was driving home with her current partner when the couple came across a group of ICE agents. Good's ex-husband told the Associated Press last week. Multiple bystander videos showed Good reversing her Honda Pilot as ICE agents tried to open her car door. She then moved the car forward to ride as an agent who was identified. By the way, they never add that she reversed. They never. Oh, wait, no. Oh, my God. What am I saying, bro? They just worded so fucking weird. Reversing her Honda Pilot as ICE agents tried to open her car door. She then moved the car forward and to the right as an agent who was identified as Jonathan Ross opened fire through her windshield, and then twice through her open car window. The Trump administration claims Ross had been acting in self-defense in the shooting, and Homeland Security Kristi Noem accused Good of domestic terrorism, but Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey said that the White House version of events is bullshit and warned ICE last week to get the fuck out of Minneapolis. So, as we've known, less than lethal does not mean non-lethal. Literally, the hospital did not want to remove pieces of plastic and metal from the eye because it was too close to the carotid artery, which can lead to death. So when do you think it's going to happen? When do you think a civilian is going to defend themselves? Is it going to be when they see their child getting abducted? Is it going to be when their mother gets abducted? Or when they start, or when a citizen themselves is being abducted? Because it's eventually going to happen. We've already seen executions in broad daylight, assaults by standards that would be considered deadly. It's gonna happen soon. It's gonna happen soon unless they actually abolish ICE. That's the minimum that the government can do to stop this violence, which the American people have a right to continue protesting. Okay, well, that was a good 2 hours from me. I would play video games, but I have things to do. My parents need help with something. And that's it for me today. If you're watching from YouTube, hello. Thank you for watching. If you're watching from the VOD, hello. Thank you for watching. If you're watching from anywhere else, hello. Thank you for watching. If you have any concerns or any way I report these things, or not report, just comment. I'm more of a commentator, if anything. Let me know in the comments of YouTube or DMs, I guess. And I will try to get a second TikTok dual stream happening. And I still need to work out how to make a fucking Discord. Because I'd love to actually have conversation with people and whatnot. So reach out any way you can, and I'll get back to you as well as I can. And yeah. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful night. Wherever you are, remember, always keep a hopeful and happy attitude. Because no one else will. Don't fall into nihilism or cynicism. Because it is a horrifying tunnel to go down. Well, always love yourself, love others, love your neighbors. And that's it for me. I'll see y'all later. Peace.